In this video, we're going to talk about the Pythagorean Theorem, and then we have an example of using it. The Pythagorean Theorem is based on what's called a right triangle. A right triangle means that it has one right angle, and they usually show you the right angle. They'll put a little square there, and it's a 90-degree angle. That's what a right angle is. It's a 90-degree angle. So this line and this line are perpendicular to each other, and that makes a right angle. Okay? All right, so here we have what's called a right triangle because it has a right angle. If we label the right triangle with the sides being A and B, and the long side, it's called the hypotenuse. The long side is C. Now that's important. It doesn't matter which one's A or B on the sides, but you have to get the hypotenuse right. It is across from the right angle, and it'll be the longest side. That's the hypotenuse. Okay, when we have this triangle, this right triangle labeled that way, then the relationship says that A squared, why is that line box there? A squared plus B squared equals C squared. And that's the Pythagorean theorem. So it's pretty cool. Used for all kinds of things. So now here we have an example. Did you know that the size of a television screen refers to the length of its diagonal? Okay, so say you have a TV, and it's a rectangular TV. I think they usually are. When they talk about the size of the TV, they're talking about that distance there, the diagonal. Okay? All right. So if the length of an HD TV screen is 28 inches and its width is 15.7 inches, what is the size of the screen to the nearest inch? Okay, so what they're telling me is I've got this rectangular, TV screen, and when I draw the diagonal in, it makes a right triangle. Okay, so there's the right triangle. They tell me the length is 28 inches, so I'll put that down here. And the width is 15.7. And I'm trying to figure out C, the hypotenuse, right? This time I don't know the hypotenuse. And that's what I'm trying to figure out. What is the size of the screen to the nearest inch? Okay, so here comes the Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. And one of them is A and one of them is B. It doesn't really matter which one you label which, but I'll just do it that way. So if A is 28, I'm going to square that. And B is 15.7, and I have to square that. And then that's going to equal C squared. Okay, so on my calculator, I'm pulling out my calculator, I'm going to go 28 to the second power plus 15.7 to the second power, and it's going to give me a number. Okay, so let me put this in my calculator, 28 to the power of 2. I think I actually have a squaring button, but plus 15.7, and I'm going to raise that to the second power, and I get this. 1030, I was going to say it a different way, 0.49. That's what I get for the number. But then I'm trying to figure out the size of the TV. I'm trying to figure out C. So what I have to do is I need to take the square root of this side. And when I do that, then I'll know what C is, because the square root of C squared is just going to be C. And then I have to figure out what's the square root of my number there. Okay, so let me find my square root button. I'm going to use my second answer key. Okay, it's about 32 inches. So it was it's 32.1012, but it's rounded to the nearest inch. It's a 32-inch TV, TV screen. Okay, and that's how we do that.